Nobody panic, nobody panic. It's only the middle of July, and we have made our first summer signing as El Hadji Malik Diouf becomes a hammer and joins from Czech Republic side Slavia Prague. Of course, we have a backstory there with recently departed Vladimir Soufal and Thomas Souček also coming from the same club. We seem to be developing a little bit of a connection with the Czech side, and we have another one of their players, a record fee for the Czech League, and the Senegalese International joins West Ham for a fee of around £20 million. And Mike is here to discuss this with me. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Not bad at all. Thank you.
Good. Are you glad that it's cooled down a little bit? It's not quite as hot as the soaring temperatures that we saw last week.
Yeah, I like it warm, mate, but that was a bit ridiculous when, it's nice, isn't it, if you're not working?
Indeed. So, there we are. Now, initial straight off the bat, Mike. I mean, we hadn't heard of the bloke 2 weeks ago, but we're going to put that to the side. And seems like, I mean, to be fair, when I heard he was a left wing back, I was like, right, okay. That's not really a priority in my mind. You know, I haven't sat down this season and went, or after the season, went, right, we need a left back. But I can understand why, and it probably paves the way for Emerson's departure. But it's a good signing by the looks of things, but I don't think it's an essential signing, and there's quite a few of them we need.
Yeah, we need a lot more positions in front of a left back, but that must mean that Emerson's going to go. They're not going to sign him because obviously Scholes is going to be the understudy for him. So we've got 2 left backs. We don't need 3, so they're obviously going to release Emerson. I liked Emerson, actually. I did like him. He was good going forward. Not always the greatest at defending, but
do you think over the last season, do you think he's received a bit of undue treatment? I mean, he was pretty much sidelined for Scholes, 3 points a season, struggled to really get back in and gain any consistency. I mean, the left back when we lifted the trophy in Prague a couple of years ago, steady player, and I think he's been treated a little bit harshly over the last 12 months.
Yeah, I would have kept him, but to be totally honest, was he 33 or? Yeah, I mean, you know, we got one of the oldest squads, if not the oldest squad in the Premier League. This lad comes in, he's 20 years of age. He looks like he's got potential. He looks good going forward as well, and good pace. I do remember, thinking back now, Saka having quite a hard time against him.
In the England game,
In the England game. So, yeah, at the time I didn't think no more about it. You know, it was this guy thing. But, obviously, it looks like a good signing, but I'm afraid we need a lot more yet.
We do. Now let's unpack the backstory of him. Now West Ham have put quite a decent little backstory on their website, so I'm just going to read through the main points of it. So 20 years old, he's going to wear number 12 and has represented his country and of course was part of the first African team to defeat England. He's won the league title with Slavia Prague and quite ironically said in his intro video that he's here to win titles. Well, you're going to be pretty disappointed in that sense, my son. But there we are. Born in the capital of Senegal, he joined the renowned Galaxy Football Academy over there. And then in January 2023, just weeks after turning 18, he went on trial for Norwegian top flight club Tromsø, who have been involved in UEFA competitions over the last few years. And he joined there. And then from there, he went to Slavia Prague and has enjoyed a lot of success there. As I said, won the league title and has broke through into the Senegalese setup and, established himself as a starter for the international team. And now he is seeking to fulfill his dream of playing in the Premier League. And he is looking to follow in the footsteps of many of his country's outstanding players. And I was thinking earlier, Senegalese, who's played for West Ham. Exactly. And we're going to go for them in a minute. But it says here that he discussed it with Cheikhou Kouyaté, whose advice he sought before confirming his decision. So he obviously went to former Hammer, Cheikhou Kouyaté, and discussed what it's like, and he's agreed to come here. Now we're going to play a little bit of a game, and we've got the perfect person in the chat to play this game with. Kent is with us in the chat, and we're going to play the game. And Mike, let's see how many of them you can get. So there have been, how many have there been? There have been 8 Senegalese players, including Diouf. to play for West Ham. Over the show, I want you to try and get as many as you can. So there's 7 more to get. Straight off the bat, you've got to have a couple in your head.
Yeah, Saka probably. Saka probably one of the famous ones.
Yeah,
with Kouyaté.
Kouyaté, yeah.
Oh God, what do you say? There's 8.
There's 8. So there's Diouf, there's Kouyaté, there's Saka, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Yeah,
5 more.
Yeah.
God, I expect some only played a handful of games today, or
I should imagine so. There's a couple of names I'd never heard of it, but
yeah. Oh, if you mention them, I'll remember. But
yeah, we'll see whether Kent can get any more because he could be quite good with these.
Mate. Yeah. I'm sure he'll have the lot.
Yeah, Kent says he was brilliant against England. Pace to burn, will be brilliant as a wing back. Not too sure about his defending though, but he will be seen as cheap. 20 million cheap as chips. Absolutely. Sharky, thank you very much indeed for joining us as well. Now, listen, we've all watched the compilations on Twitter. We've all had a little look over the last week, and he looks exciting. Absolutely. And one thing, when I was thinking about this earlier, in anticipation of doing this show, I was thinking, right, he's a left wing back at heart. He likes to get forward. It's got to mean we're going to play a back 5 next season. It has to, because he doesn't look like the guy's going to play in a flat back 4 as a left back. He seems a little bit too attacking for that. So again, we've seen hints of it last season, Mike, but Graham Potter loves a back 5, and this only reinforces that idea for me.
Oh yeah, I mean with Wan-Bissaka as well. I think it's quite obvious he's going to do that. Yeah. I don't know about the 3 in the middle at the back. That's an interesting one. Yeah. I know Agard is back training again, but I don't know. I don't know about Agard. The jury's out for me on him. Yeah, he's got pace and he looked really good, didn't he? I mean, he had a couple of mistakes in him, but obviously so's Mavropanos. Exactly. I don't know, mate. I really don't know. But hey, Potter is definitely going to play with a back 5 most of the time, I should imagine.
Yeah, I should think so, without a doubt. Right then, so Kent is putting a dent in this list. Demba Ba is on the list.
Oh, Demba Ba,
yeah. Diarme is on the list. Very good. Very good. And Faye is on the list. Abdoulaye Faye. Does that name ring a bell, Mike? Yeah, that's 1. So that's 3. So there's 2 more you haven't got. And I'm looking at them now. So there's 2 more between you to collect. So just to recap, we've had Demba Ba, Abdoulaye Faye, Mohamed Diarme, Diafra Sakho, Cheku Kouyaté, and of course Diouf, who we've just signed. And there is 2 more to capture. Kent's got another one of them, Henry Kamara.
Oh, Kamara, yeah.
That is a name that I cannot recollect. When did he play for the club, roughly?
He didn't do a lot, mate.
No. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. And one more. A rather poignant one as well, actually. Let's see whether Kent can get that one. But it's interesting. Is it? Yeah, absolutely. Sharky's got it. The late, great Papa Bouba Diop.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is the 8th and final Senegalese player that played or has played for West Ham. So here we go. We have got the list. Yeah, Kent had it as well there. So to recap, Henry Kamara, Demba Ba, Abdoulaye Faye, Papa Bouba Diop, Mohamed Diarme, Diafra Sakho, Cheku Kouyaté, and El Hadji Malik Diouf are the 8 players to have played for West Ham. Diafra Sakho is always going to be, whenever I see that name, it makes me smile. He was, I think he did it for me. My first ever West Ham game, he scored the winner, and I think he knew I was there, and so I better put my finger out it.
Well, that one for Jake, yeah. Well, exactly. He scored against Man United, didn't he? That was a memorable one.
Indeed,
ones.
I don't know, but he always just seemed to score goals, didn't he? Always a player that would get in there and seem like a pretty decent player. But anyway, back to the matter in hand. And you mentioned Wan-Bissaka there, and all of a sudden, it looks a little bit exciting, doesn't it? I mean, we one of our main issues last season was the painful lack of pace in the side. And now all of a sudden, we've seen the clips, the electrifying pace that we're going to get from Diouf. and you look at the other side and you've got Wan-Bissaka, there's a lot of attack there. Don't get me wrong. These three centre-backs are going to have to do a lot of defending, because these two wing-backs, they're very much going to be wing-backs, and they're very much going to go forward and have a proper go. So it's exciting in that sense, and we need pace, and that's what we're starting to see delivered, which is positive, Mike.
Yeah, it is. It is. Again, like I said, a 20-year-old to come in and replace a 33-year-old. Obviously, that's going to lower your average age of your squad. All depends how all the young lads do. And there's about 7 or 8 of them out there in Germany at the moment. So, there's a possibility that the likes of Potts or Skulls or one of them is going to get some decent game time.
Absolutely.
So again, that will lower the average age of the squad. So
for sure. Yeah. Kent is absolutely right. It was Sunderland at home, my first game. Defoe did miss a sitter, and there was also at that time a player that I don't know whether he was playing for them or had played for them, a rather controversial player, and the West Ham fans started to sing a chant about it, and it got ringing in my head, and I probably shouldn't have been singing it and saying it in the car home. And it involved "It's Kids for a Quid" and a player. I'm sure your imaginations of who played for Sunderland in that period can take you to the chant. But yeah, I was going, "It's kids for a quid," not quite knowing the real meaning behind it. But yeah, indeed, Kent, indeed, you are very much correct. With the comment you've put in, which I'm not going to put on the screen, Kent, you were very much correct. I'm worried about us losing players to AFCON. We did used to lose Kudus, but we're not going to anymore. Tottenham have that issue. But yeah, that is going to be a concern for us in that sense. And just going back to what we talked about at the start, Mike, because I can't really get past it in the sense of we've got to sign a lot of players this summer, and we haven't given ourselves a lot of time. The season kicks off a month today. We go to Sunderland, coincidentally, to kick off our Premier League campaign. And I feel like we're making problems for ourselves, and we're making our lives more difficult by doing things that didn't necessarily be done. Absolutely, Emerson was getting on a bit, 32, 33 years old, but we'd already let go one left back, and we had two that we probably could have got through. I'm just concerned. Midfield wise, I'm concerned. Wingers, I think we're going to be okay. If we can get Somerville back to fitness and we can get Gilahame a little bit more established, I think we're okay there. But I look at that midfield. Solaire's gone. There's a lot of dross there, if we're going to be totally honest. We need to put a big emphasis on the midfield and sign a goalkeeper. Those were the things that were higher up my list.
Yeah, the trouble is, Jay, we know we're not dining at the top table, are we? That's the problem. We're waiting for things to happen and then see what's left over. That's how it's going to be, I'm afraid. But we desperately got to get another keeper, a right back. What happens if Wan-Bissaka is injured at the moment? There's no cover right back. Yes, we got a lot of players in midfield which are much of a muchness. I think they're all pretty much, like the likes of Rodriguez and Irvin and whatever. They're, to me,
nothing players. They are nothing players.
Yeah, at the moment we've got tons of midfielders, haven't we? If you count those three, and then you've got Alvarez, Souček, Potts. We've got abundance of midfielders.
Absolutely, Mike. But you put together. But you put together a midfield that you'd want to put in the Premier League, though. That's the thing, because Rodriguez you wouldn't have in a midfield.
Exactly. What I'm saying is he's going to have to get some of them out, because he's looking at, apparently he's looking at people like Tyler Morton and, Harvey Elliott, and this lad at Leicester. If he's looking at them, then he's still got to shove some of them out. So there's got a lot of work to be done. In a short amount of time.
I've seen all the transfer rumours, and I don't tend to talk about them too much because they just go on and on and on. And I've been there and done that. I'm on the T-shirt with that. And I think you can send yourself nuts looking at all these transfer rumours. But I very rarely get excited, isn't even the word. Get encouraged is probably the word by transfers. But I've looked at Harvey Elliott and I've went, you know what, I'd love it if we signed him. I'd absolutely, if we could get Harvey Elliott for 30 million quid, I think that is a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer for me. I think he's done okay in the Liverpool midfield, champions of England, best team in the league last season by far, right? Okay, not an established starter, but we're not going to go and sign an established starter from a Premier League champions team, are we? That's, as Mike just said, we're not dying at the top table. I think that would be the perfect sign to inject a bit of energy, a bit of legs, a bit of passing quality into our midfield. I would love it if we signed him. I sound like Kevin Keegan now. I'd love it if we beat them. I'd love it if we signed Harvey Elliott. Okay, the other lad, I think he's from Liverpool as well, isn't he? Morton
as well. Neither of them are going to get any game time at Liverpool, are they? They know it. They get the odd Carabao Cup game and that's it, innit?
Exactly, yeah.
But if they're looking to, play regular football, and the price is sensible, but at the moment they're looking at big money for both of them, I think, or big money for them anyway. That players then that haven't established themselves in the Premier League yet.
Yeah, and I think you look there and Souček fine. Ward-Prowse is just meh, but we've got to keep him because we can't make more issues and concerns and difficulty for ourselves. Alvarez, there was a lot of reports that he was leaving, but there's been nothing on that sense really. Rodriguez is just meh, just no point. And then you go into the youth players and you think, right, so how is and Paqueta, who knows what's happening there? We heard live on the show last week about the rumour that his betting charge has been lifted, but nothing concrete has materialised from that. I think we were all expecting it just to come out and that was it. But again, we're still waiting with that. So there's a lot of ifs and maybes with the midfield at the moment, Mike, isn't there? Because we don't know who's coming or going for various reasons. So it's difficult to try and construct an idea of how we're going to set up in midfield or how many more players we need. Because we don't know who's coming or going.
Exactly. Like I said, a hell of a lot of work to do in a short amount of time. They're playing these friendlies, aren't they? What are they? Not next week, the week after, is it?
In America, is it the summer series thing?
Yeah. Like Man United and Everton and what have you. But, you've got to start putting together a team that, wants to start up at Sunderland, in August.
Exactly, and we've got to get these things done. And we are typical West Ham. We won't worry about it too much pre-season. That's for wimps. That is, bedding players in. No need to do that. That's a rubbish myth. That seems to be the idea most seasons. We sit back after the season's finished, have a nice month off, go on our holidays, and not do too much. And then it seems to be now every season, every year, we seem to go, right, middle of July, we better start doing something here. That literally seems like what it is. And I do not want to be getting up at 5 o'clock in a month's time to go to Bristol Airport to fly to Sunderland to see a midfield of Rodriguez, Ward-Prowse and Souček. Absolutely not. Get some players through the door, right? Get Harvey Elliott. If we can get him 30 million quid, get it to 30 million quid and sign him, right? We've wasted enough money over the last God knows how many years. A decent player that's proved himself in the Premier League, not to be in a team of the calibre of Liverpool, but perfect for us, I think. Suited, tailored, a player that could really thrive at a club like West Ham. And we just need to get it sorted. And it's frustrating, Mike, isn't it? Because, the financial situation is unprecedented. We don't really know how much money we've got or prepared to spend. Who knows? But we need to get our backsides in gear. Otherwise, we're going to barely have a squad go into the Stadium of Light in a month's time.
The trouble is we take so long to do these deals. Everyone else sort of like, oh, in they go. And
bing, bang, bosh, done.
Yeah, a couple of days later, there they are in the shirt, parading them around. But us, God, we take so long. It's so drawn out. Oh, it does you nut, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think one player that might have been on our radar is Andy Carroll, but we lost him for tagging him a Redbridge. They've got new owners. So Andy's going for fair play to him. Listen, if he enjoys it, I think I read somewhere the French side he was at, quite a low down French side, it was actually costing him money to be there, and he was just doing it for the love of playing football. Listen, fair play to him. People slag him off, but fair play to him, and I hope he scores them some goals and gets them where they need to be. But yeah, that was amusing to see that. But we just need to get going, Mike, and it feels like we need to like wake some people up and go, right, let's get moving, let's get these wheels going and get this show on the road. So I mean, really, ideally, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 or 2 midfielders, a goalkeeper, a right back.
Yeah.
Would you reinforce wingers? I mean, we've got Bowen, Somerville, Gillerherbe.
Yeah.
Is that it? So we need another winger, really, don't we?
Well, yeah, we need another wide man. We need another striker.
Another striker.
Yeah.
Also, we got six or seven here. Like,
yeah, I know. Abundance of midfielders, but
yeah,
not front men and wingers.
Exactly.
Somerville's not fit yet. He's going to be a little while.
Yeah. And you can't really rely on that. I mean, one thing we
probably should. Maxwell Cornet, mine training.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, Magic Maxwell Cornet. One thing that I think we should discuss is there's been some encouragement, regarding Nicholas Fulkrug. The reports out saying that he's doing quite well, and Potter's quite impressed, and there's been some social media videos with him involved, and it seems like he's starting to get to where he needs to be. And wouldn't it be nice to go into next season, Mike, with a player that we barely saw last season? It's going to feel like a new signing, really, if he starts at Sunderland. And I mean, in the little spells he had, there's a reason he got a chant and a catchy chant so quickly, because people could see, big man, let's get it up there. Not got much pace, fine, but we'll hopefully get players around him for that, and a player that's going to score goals. And we need, hopefully, to get to the point where he can do that.
This guy has scored goals at the highest level.
Yeah.
You don't play for Germany if you're a poor centre forward, do you?
Exactly.
Full stop. So he can do it, but he never ever was fit enough, or they wouldn't let him play a full game, would they? At the end of the season, he'd either start a game or he'd, come on. He was never sort of sent out there to play 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, so many games that he has not, looked like he's been fit. So he's had the whole pre-season now. Hopefully, he doesn't pick up another injury. That'd be our luck. And,
Soslaw, 15 minutes into the first game of the season, there goes his hamstring.
Hopefully, he starts the season, fully fit.
Absolutely. So, I think this signing's injected a little bit of optimism into the fan base. It seems like, okay, right, let's start to get the wheels rolling here. And yeah, listen, I'm encouraged by it. It's not the first port of call I'd have went to, a left back, to be totally honest, and I'm a little bit concerned in that sense. But as long as we, by the end of the week, have got something lined, if we can get another one in by the end of the week. I guess that ends the working week's Friday for Sullivan, and he'll be packing up half 12 Friday. But if we can, get some more concrete, rumours and evidence and players through the door in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully things can start to fall into place. Mike, your final thoughts for what we currently have at the moment, which isn't a lot, but are you a little bit more encouraged?
A little bit, slightly more encouraged that we've made one. Yeah, exciting signing.
Yeah,
I think he's got to move quick though for 3 or 4 other positions, and a striker is one. We obviously had Ferguson on loan. We had Danny Ings. They've both gone. We're left with one striker. We've got a backup.
We do. And hopefully that materialises sooner rather than later. Thank you very much, everybody, for getting involved in the chat. Well done collectively. Team effort between Mike and Kent for getting all of the 8 Senegalese players that have played for West Ham over the years. There is your trivia for the week. We will rejoin you if anything important happens. Until then, I'm working every day this week, Mike, and for the next 2 weeks. Can you believe that?
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, but I can see it coming. Mate, I can see it coming. It's going to be great. Roll on the end of the month. I'm going to be swimming in it. But in more important news, Sunday, the parents return.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mike, you'll be proud of me. I've done 2 loads of washing. All the washing out's been done. I've been cooking. I haven't been cleaning, I'll be totally honest. But the place is still standing, and I've coped, and I've made my own lunch to take to work. I mean, get me.
What have you been cooking? Beans on toast, or?
No, I've been having spaghetti bolognese, which Mum may or may not have cooked before and then put in the freezer for me to heat up. May or may not. And I may or may not have had McDonald's today, but, you know, that's besides the point, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, my independence evaporates on Sunday back to a house of people. I've enjoyed it. I can walk downstairs now, put on telly, whatever I want, right? Do whatever I want, when I want, how I want. I've quite enjoyed it.
And your mum and dad will be looking through the channels. What's he been watching?
Ted Lasso. I've been binge watching Ted Lasso, actually. I've never watched it and I've been told to watch it. And West Ham are actually painted in quite a bad light in it, which, you know, fair enough. But
unusual.
Exactly, not unusual. There we are. Right, Mike, thank you very much indeed for joining me. Everybody else, so we've now got a group chat. There is a West Ham unofficial guest group chat, and Mike would have seen it. Everybody else dropped out this afternoon. Nigel, Gary, right, but Mike always turns up, ever present.
Mr. Reliable, mate.
Mr. Reliable, Mike. Yeah. There we go. Thank you very much, Mike. From us, come on, you eyes, and we will see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much, and welcome to West Ham United, El Hadji Malik Diouf. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
See you later, guys.
Cheers, Mike. Thank you.